Good morning. My name is Jide Olawoye. I'm here with my pretty wife, Kenny. God has really blessed us over the years, and we have numerous testimonies. However, the one I would like to share this morning, of course, she will be the one to finally share, is the one that money could and cannot buy. We got married like 7 years ago. 6 months into the marriage, we had 15 months into the marriage, we had our first child. Then, so a year after, we were expecting the second child. That's Emanuela. And, of course, she went to the US to give birth. We lost one of the babies. It was supposed to be a set of twins. And 2 years after, when it was time for the baby to start walking, normally babies walk after 1 year, 9 months. Up until 18 months, realized that she couldn't stand up. I think it's better Kenny shares this. Sorry.
Good morning. I'd like to give a testimony about would I call it a traumatic pregnancy I had in 2011. I lost my twin brother and I was pregnant. I didn't know, so the pregnancy was almost like it was a hell of a pregnancy. And I'll go for a scan. They'll say, I'm going to have twins. You're going to have one baby, twins, one baby. I'm like, okay, what kind of pregnancy is this? And the pregnancy was stressful. Then I traveled because I was having complications and everything. So as soon as I traveled, they said, yes, it's 2 babies, but one baby is not doing very well. Most likely, we're going to have issues with the baby even when we have the baby. So I was placed on bed rest. And then in the course of my stay there, I had to stay for almost 3 months. I joined the prayer chain, and somebody in the prayer chain, like the head of the prayer chain, she had like a vision, which was a bad one, that I needed to do some set of serious prayers and everything. And they started praying for me every 11 p.m. in the evening. They'll call me. I didn't know what was going to happen, but towards the last trimester, I started throwing up, and I didn't know there was anything to it. I started throwing up, and on the 3rd day, I decided to go to the hospital. So they told me if I'd come like an hour later, I would have passed. The 2 babies would have gone. Well, unfortunately, we lost one baby. I would have lost my life. The other baby, they told me that we need to follow up and see if there'll be any issues with her as well, because if a baby had died 2 days before, the one in my tummy had died 2 days before, the other twin, and the other one was in the same tummy, taking maybe dead amniotic fluid and all. I don't really know what the issue was. So she had to stay back in the hospital after I got back home. They said, well, she'll come back like a year after for checkup. We didn't go. We thought everything was okay because she was chubby and she was doing well. Until when it was time for her to start walking, she didn't walk. So I went back to the States. They told me she had ME, paresis, hemiplegia, something like a stroke for children, so that probably when the other baby died, her brain started shutting down too on one side. So she couldn't use one arm, one leg. And they said there was a probability that she won't be able to use it, even if no matter what they do, because it was late. So they said I should join Children's Stroke Association. Some Nigerians there said, it's even good, they'll start paying me for special needs children. I said, I'll never collect that money. That God do not watch and God do not allow. The God I serve will not let it ever happen to me. They said, it's a lot of money, that you're going to need it and everything. I said, no. They said, okay, so my visa was about to expire. We needed to go back to Nigeria. They said we needed to start treatment or surgery or whatever just to see if she will be able to walk, which was not, most likely she will not be able to walk because it was late. They said we should have come earlier. I said, I won't come back to America, that God will do it. They said, that was December. They said we should come back in January. I said, okay, let me go and renew my visa, but I don't think I'll be coming back. That in December, there's Shiloh and there's Holy Ghost Congress. So when I came back to Nigeria, my husband went for Shiloh, I went for Holy Ghost Congress. And in the course of, we had testimonies. He saw a woman lift up a wheelchair and he told God that, God, if you can do this, I'll come back to give testimony. He never went back. God did it. A week later, she stood up and started walking. She just stood up on her own, no help, nothing. We had constructed different things for her. It didn't work. We had done a lot of things. It didn't work. But on her own, she just stood up and started walking. And we were supposed to come back and give testimonies, and for some reason, I don't know, he said he was going to give testimony. I kept telling him, go and fulfill your vow. He never went. And it looked as if, of recent, it now looked as if our hands started. And I said, look, it's your fault. If something happens to this girl again, we need to give a testimony. So today, and not only is she working, every week she wins Star of the Week in school. Every week she wins awards in school. Even when we moved houses, we changed the school. She's still the best in our school. They want to move out by 2 classes. This is someone that they said something was wrong with her brain, something was going to be wrong with her hand, but she's perfectly okay. She's a brilliant child, and God has really been good.